Hi guys, welcome to my weekly vlog of learning to day trade penny stocks. This week was a whirlwind, the market was on fire. We had reverse split pumps, bottom bounces, dead cat bounces, Chinese pumps, you name it, we had it. Big moves everywhere, and honestly it was a sea of confusion to me. I saw people trading some serious runners, but none of it actually made sense to anything I trade. And that's kind of the problem, because when the market's hot and you're not in it, the brain starts doing things it shouldn't. FOMO creeps in, your discipline gets scattered, and you start trying to force trades that don't fit your thesis rather than waiting for your thesis to actually appear. So that was me, and it cost me. But then I spotted something, a pattern I hadn't been looking for, but once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it because it kept showing up over and over the whole week. So I'm going to break down the whole thing, how the week started, how badly I handled it, what I spotted, and how it all came together in the end. So it's quite a bit to unpack. Grab a cuppa, let's go. So start of the week, the market's hot, but my emotions are in check, and I have an idea of what I want to trade based on what I've seen a ticker do the previous day, which was start to bounce on its day 2. So let me just show that chart. So I saw FMFC do this big run here and then pull back all the way on day 2, form a base pre-market on day 2, and then bounce off that area. So it's bounced up to 38 cents, then after hours it's continued to 54 cents off this 28 cent area. So that's quite significant to me, because you've got a big runner and it's retraced a massive part of its move, and then it's bounced on day 2, which is quite unusual. So going into the week, I wanted to trade that pattern. So I tried to trade EZRA, EZRA, which looks pretty much, pretty similar in terms of its day 1 here, pull back, and then trying to get it for the bounce off this area. And I actually played it wrong, because I was thinking this is going to like bounce further past the previous day's close, so past this green line. I got in too late, and I think I made maybe a small profit or a loss on this. I can't actually remember what happened off the top of my head, but I got in too late. But the area to get in was here, because from here to here, that's a 20% bounce. So it did kind of work, the thesis, but I didn't trade it right. And because I didn't trade it right, in my head I was thinking, okay, this day 2 bounce pattern is not actually in play, because I wasn't seeing it correctly, if that makes sense. So yeah, at that point, that pattern totally gone out of my head. That's not working. Then we'll move on to where the sort of chaos started to kick in. So my prime set up its first green day bounce, and there were several of these this week, but none of them set up in a way that I could have predicted. The risk levels were wrong, the structure wasn't there. So I'm watching all these big runners go, and they're having first green day bounces, and it feels like chaos to me because I'm not a part of them. So let me go quickly to what those first green day bounces were. There was HYFM, big run here. It's pulled back, and then it's actually started its bounce, as I was saying, this day 2 pattern on day 2, and then it's had its continued into day 3 for its first green day bounce. And yeah, it's just not something I would predict. There's no real structure there for how I know how to trade them. So then there's RITR again. This is its day 1 run here, pull back, and then on its day 2 it starts its first green day bounce after hours. Again, another sort of day 2 kind of thing going on here. And then it has a big push on its day 3 for its proper first green day there. So one of the biggest things that Roland Wolf teaches, and one of the biggest things I've learned from him, is that when you can read the flow of the market, you can have real edge. But on the flip side of that, if you can't read what's going on, then you've got nothing. And that was happening to me at the start of the week, amongst all the chaos, all the big runners, things bouncing from areas that I didn't understand. It started making me take lots of little trades and trying to force things, and just taking losses. And I should have known better, because I should have known to back off if I'm not seeing something that makes sense to me. And then I saw something. So that same pattern that I thought I saw at the start of the week, where it had that day 2 bounce off after a big move retracing on day 1, I saw multiple tickers, about 4 tickers, do exactly the same day 2 bounce all on the same day. Then it kind of clicked. I was right at the start of the week. This pattern is in play. It is going on in the background. I don't really think many people are looking at it. They're trading things like the big runners of the day, which is fine if you have edge in that area, but I don't. And I decided, yeah, okay, I'm on the money there. I'm going to try to trade that if something sets up correctly. And 2 came across that set up in a way that fit the right thesis. So all in the same day, we had day 2 bounces. So this is one example, a day 1 runner, a pullback, and then bouncing on day 2. You then got AMIX, big day 1, pullback, and then you've got this bounce on day 2. TNMG, day 1, pullback, and then bouncing off the pre-market lows on day 2. And then you also have MGN, day 1 here, pullback, and then this bounce on day 2. So that's 4 tickers in the same day that have all bounced on day 2. I'm not necessarily saying I would find key areas to trade this from. Like, I don't really know how you predict that that's suddenly going to bounce off this low here. But what I am saying is it's a very significant pattern that's going on. So my eyes need to be on this setup. You've got a day 2 run, a pullback, and seeing if one can set up in the right way where you can get good risk reward and trade it for a day 2 bounce. This pattern is very much going on this week, and yeah, I was quite interested when I saw it. So that made me look the next day, what is setting up in this particular way. So what I saw was YXT, which was a massive runner, and pulled back. I'm looking at it pre-market, and it's formed this really nice base here. And I think, yeah, this is the one to trade. It's done that big pullback from day 1, and it's setting up for a day 2 bounce. Of course, I take the trade, and it does an offering. So I literally lost 24% on this trade, and I'm all right with that. It could have been worse, you know, it could have been like 50% on an offering, so it's fine. And I actually like the thesis behind it, so that didn't particularly bother me, even though, yeah, it's a large loss, but there's nothing I can really do about that. And the other ticker that set up on the same day was ZYBT. So this is the big run, and this was prime actually, because it's retraced massive part of its move and then coming down and just like coming almost back down to lows. So I really liked that. And then, yeah, I took an entry trying to trade off the pre-market low around the 175s. And I thought, I felt really confident in this one. And then it broke my risk. I cut, and then it reclaimed my risk, and then it went on to do the day 2 bounce. And then it continued, and it continued, and it continued. So yeah, got caught in an offering on the one I decided to try, and then the other one I decided to try breaks my risk and then goes. So after being in the offering, and then after seeing the stock reclaim my risk and then go without me, I was massively frustrated and had lost a lot of my discipline for the day, but there was still another A+ setup on the cards. And yeah, because of these 2 trades and all the big runners that were going in the week, everything that was going on, I just completely messed up the last trade that I wanted to try that day. So I'm going to break down the chart and what happened with that one. CLRO was the other one, which is a different setup that I'm looking at, not a day 2 bounce. And this is like a dead cat bounce. If you quickly go onto the daily chart, I've not shown many of the daily charts today because there's just too much to cover. This was its big run here, and it's pulled all the way back, and it's having a bounce here, which is what we call a dead cat bounce, where it's retraced all the way back down to those. And so I am looking to trade that. It's got a nice after hours push, big pre-market push, nice retracement, and I'm looking for a midday reversal off this after hours high. And what happened was, because I was so frustrated with my other two trades. I was watching this and I needed it to come down to this level, which is the after hours high. And I saw this kind of wedge forming, which is off the pre-market high. Saw it break that, and I thought, you know what, this is just going to reverse off this level. So I FOMO'd in, ended up cutting the trade when it came back down to and broke the wedge line here. And then I thought, forget this, I'm shutting my laptop. I went out for a walk. I thought it was the best thing to do, maybe it was. Came back, came down to my level. By the time I'd come back, I'd already missed this. It come down to my level, and then it did over a 100% bounce off that level. So yeah, that kind of was the nail in the coffin for me this day, and kind of started to question what I'm even doing. I was like, how can I make this work? I've lost my head this week, and I'm over trading. And yeah, I've lost my discipline with this one. Let the other two affect me. And yeah, do I need to take a break from trading for a week, or what's the plan of action here? So at the end of the day, I'm having some deep thinking about whether I can make this work, whether I just need to take a week off from the stock market, because whatever I've done this week, it's not been good mentally, and it's just not sustainable to be trading in this way. I need to find a structure and discipline. And yeah, I lost my head a bit this week. So I decided that the next day, Friday, I was gonna take a look at the charts and go in with it consciously that I'm gonna be very disciplined today, hoping not to even trade at all unless there's something really premium on there, and I'm gonna size down just because I can't stomach physically putting more size on another trade and getting it wrong today. So I kind of went in with a clearer mind. Had a lot of patience, and I waited for things to set up pre-market. I didn't rush anything, and I just took my time. And there was actually two premium trades from my thesis that I saw going on in the week, which is that underlying pattern of that day two bounce, and both set up perfectly. And I was kind of wishing they didn't, because I think I really needed a day where I'm not trading, but the setups were there. I took them, and of course, sizing down on them, they both worked. So let me break down those two trades. So one of the tickers that I traded, and they both set up exactly the same way. It's kind of this move here on the daily, and then trying to trade it for a day two bounce. And it's kind of, again, it's like this day here is like a dead cat bounce. It's already had its run, and it's going again. So here's its most recent move, and then this area here, pre-market, setting up exactly the same as the other ones I've done the whole week. Nice base here, pre-market. And I got in actually a little bit late on this because I was trying to be so patient that I was like, I'm not going to look at it until a certain time. And I got in at 150, but I've set a really tight risk on this one. I didn't actually risk the pre-market low, so I thought I've got in too late. So that's fine. And then they put out a PR, and then it had the move upwards, and I was very keen to make sure I sold into the spike. I don't want it to come all the way back down and end up taking a loss, which I've done quite a bit recently. So I took a 35% gain on this. I think my best sell was, I don't know, 210, something like that, maybe even 215. So yeah, thesis worked. This pullback and then a day two move, and I'd never normally play day twos down in this area. This is not a setup, it's just what is currently working in the market. If I'm going to play a day two bounce, it's normally off the day one high of day, which is all the way up here. This is like 258 is where I'd normally play it if it's set up in that area. But as I say, this underlying pattern this week has been coming all the way back down and then doing a bounce off here. And the other one that I saw was XHLD. Again, halty move on its day one. Pull back such a perfect base across all of after hours and all of pre-market. That is just so perfect. And both of these trades, I felt I should have been really sizing in for these, but because of the way the week went, I just couldn't justify it to myself. So yeah, just put small size on them. And in this one I got in at 173, such a nice price, risking off the pre-market low. And then just look at that lovely bounce. I took 20% on that, and then obviously it missed a massive push into the close of day, which is fine. I just needed to trade well and take some gains, which I did. So yeah, lessons learnt this week. This week has been my biggest learning week so far, and one of the things it's taught me is when you see a pattern showing up over and over, trust it, even when one doesn't work, even when you get shaken out. This week showed me that I was seeing something quite significant going on, and I almost talked myself out of trusting myself. Also, drown out the noise, forget what everyone else is doing, forget all these big runners that are going without you. Just have the patience and discipline to wait for your A+ setups, and I only need to really take 1 or 2 trades a week, not be trading every day. So I want to try and take that into next week, because whatever I was doing this week, it's not sustainable. It's too chaotic. I got too sucked into all the chaos, and I just need to zone in on what I'm interested in and forget the rest. And also, if you're not seeing anything, you're not seeing any patterns in all this chaos, that's fine. Just sit back, don't trade, just wait for something until you do understand it. That's okay as well, even if it means not taking a trade for the entire week. I would also say what I've shown today about trading those day 2 bounces that I saw occurring over and over again, that's not a setup that's in my playbook. I wouldn't normally trade them from down there, as I said, but I'm trading them because that is what is currently working in the market. And I think if you are a beginner trader, I wouldn't be looking at trying to trade whatever's working in the market. I'd just be focusing on the 1 or 2 setups that you're trying to learn, because reading the flow of the market and trading that is a bit more of an advanced style of trading. And I'm not saying I'm an advanced trader, but I wouldn't have been doing this at the start of my journey, but I'm 2 years in now, so I feel I've got a bit more headspace to be looking at other stuff. I hope this video has been interesting. I'm trying to be as transparent as I can and show the reality of trading, that it's not always smooth sailing. You do stupid things, you do get caught in offerings, you do lose your discipline, but it's about just trying to get better, and this is part of my journey and where I'm at and the chaotic week that I've had, and I'm really hoping to become a better trader from what I've learned this week. So cheers for watching, catch you next Sunday.